Hi kids, so today our topic is manipulative skills year 1. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to use and handle science apparatus and substances correctly, handle specimen correctly and carefully, sketch specimen apparatus and science substances correctly, clean science apparatus correctly, and store science apparatus and substances correctly and safely. Actually, all of these skills you need to learn, especially when we go to the science room later. Okay, so this is all the skills that you need to learn in a science subject. Okay, what is actually a manipulative skill? Okay, actually manipulative skills is your ability to use and handle science apparatus and such substances correctly when carrying out scientific investigation. When we do experiment, when we do observation, this is all the ability that we need to know. We need to learn the manipulative skills that we need to learn when we do observation and experiment. Okay, so kids, the first manipulative skills that you need to know is use and handle science apparatus and substances correctly. Okay, the apparatus here is the tools that we usually use in science room. For example, a beaker, a magnifying glass, a test tube, and lots more. Okay, so we need to use and handle it. We need to use it correctly. Okay, and substances here is the things that we want to observe, the things that we use to make an observation or in carrying out our experiment. Okay, for example, the first picture here. Okay, as we can see here, a boy is using magnifying glass to observe on the leaf. So the first picture is the boy put the magnifying glass near to his eyes, and the second picture is the boy put the magnifying glass near to the leaf. So which one is correct? This is the correct way of using magnifying glass. Put it near to the object that we want to observe. Okay, and then the second picture is observation about a leaf. The first picture is a hand using a tweezer. This is called tweezer to put the leaf on the petri dish. And the second one just use bare hand. So which one is the correct one? We need to use the first picture is the correct one. We need to use a tools to hold the leaf. Okay, not just using our bare hand like that. Okay, and then the third picture is a grasshopper. Observation about the grasshopper. Okay, a grasshopper, this one is a live grasshopper. Both of the grasshopper, they put it in a jar. Okay, so which one is the correct way to handle the grasshopper? So the correct way, okay, the first one is a jar and a lid. They close it, the jar with a closed lid here, and the second one is a jar, and on the lid here there is a hole. They make a hole. So which one is the correct way to handle the grasshopper so that the grasshopper will not die? To make sure the grasshopper is still alive after we make the observation. This is the correct way. The second one, we need to put a hole so that the grasshopper still can, uh, so that the grasshopper will not die while we doing our observation. Okay, that's how we use and handle science apparatus or substances in making observation or carrying out experiment. Okay, the second manipulative skills is handle specimen correctly and carefully. Okay, this is usually involved when we want to observe things. For example, this picture. Okay, the first picture is a plant, I think. Okay, so how we can, which is the correct way in handling the plant? If we want to take the plant sample, a flower sample, for example, do we need to use a cutter like the second picture, or we just use the first? We just use our bare hand. We cannot use our bare hand. Maybe it will, well, if we just use our bare hand, it can hurt our hand. So the best way is by using a tools. Okay, so the correct way to handle the specimen here is the second picture here, by using a cutter to take the plants there. Okay, and the second one, okay, this is, they want to take a fish from the aquarium, okay, the first picture, they use a net to catch the fish, and the second one, they just use a cup. So which one is the easier tools to catch the fish? Yeah, the first one, the correct tools to catch the fish easily is by using the net. So this is how we uh, handle the specimen correctly. So and we can take the specimen easily by using a correct tools here. Okay, so the correct way for this one is the first picture. Okay, manipulative skills number 3 is sketch specimens, apparatus, and science substances correctly. Okay, for this one, the keyword is sketching. Sketching means you need to draw. You need to draw. Okay, for example, this is our specimen. It's a leaf. Okay, so this is the example of sketching. We sketch. This is the example of sketching that we make from the leaf. So we need to make sure our sketching have the same shape with the specimen. Okay, even though it's just a sketching, but when you show to other people the sketching, they know it's a leaf. Okay, that means you make a good sketching when people know what are you sketching of. Okay, for example, this picture, we can tell directly it's a leaf. That means it's a good sketching because other people can tell this is a leaf. This is this is also one of the important things, important skill for you to master sketching. Okay. Okay, the fourth manipulative skill is clean science apparatus correctly. Okay, cleaning means you need to clean the tools that we use in our experiment or in making observation. Okay, for example, usually when we go to the science room, there's a lot of apparatus there, and when we take the apparatus and we use it in our experiment, after we use it, we need to make sure we clean it up and put it back on its place. Okay, and also one more thing is, make sure all the rubbish or all the specimen that we not use that we didn't use anymore, we must throw it into the dustbin. Okay, don't just leave it on the table. Okay, especially when you enter the science room. Okay, for example, this picture here, throw away the rubbish into the rubbish bin, and the second one is washing the petri dish after using it. Okay, this is how you clean science apparatus. Okay, and the last manipulative skills is store science apparatus and substances correctly and safely. This one, the keyword here is store. Okay, that means you need to put it back. Where you take the tools, you need to put it back on its place. For example, here, a beaker. After you use the beaker, you take the beaker in the beaker rack, and after you use it, you clean it up and put it back in a beaker rack. Same with the magnifying glass here. You need to put it back after you use it. Okay, so other people Other people that want to use the apparatus later can easily uh, find it and able to use it. Okay. Okay, so as a conclusion, there are 5 manipulative skills that you need to remember. That is, the first one is handling apparatus and science materials and specimen. And the second one is handling specimens. The third one is cage specimens and apparatus. And the fourth one is storing science apparatus. And the fifth one is cleaning science apparatus. This is the 5 manipulative skills that you usually need to practice, especially in making experiment or making observation, especially when we go to science room. Okay, I think that's all for our lesson today. So for your task, I need you to do exercise in activity book, page 7, 8, 9, and 10.